Have you ever reached into your pocket change and went, I wonder how this was created? Well, I'm going to go over a little series and I'm going to talk about the various presses and how coins were made over history. To start off, we have to begin with the hammer and the anvil. Now, this required only a lower die and an upper die, called the pile and the trussle. They were held by hand, and a heavy hammerer would smash the two together. It would strike both faces in a single blow. Didn't really demand any capital. However, it could be set up anywhere and only required human strength and endurance. Now, there was an art to this, and if you struck it a little bit off, you'd get improper strikes, and they would result in irregular shapes. Sometimes they would be off center, and these were easy not only to clip, but to counterfeit as well. There wasn't really a single inventor for this particular technology. It happened over decades. They believe it originated in ancient Lydia and Greece. And as early as the 7th century BC, it was carried into England by the Anglo Saxon, and later Norman moneyers would work for the crown at the Tower of London Mint. For over 1,000 years, hammering was the only way of striking coins in England. And the best were the king's moneyers. They were like an organized guild, and they did not want mechanization because it threatened their livelihoods and their monopoly. Unfortunately, during the 17th century, that would totally change. The screw press would be introduced 1561, and about 100 years later, it would be permanently adopted. A more round, uniform face, a protective raised rim, and eventually they included letter and reeded edging. That was courtesy of the one and only Sir Isaac Newton. If you want to know more, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for part two, where we're going to talk about the screw press. Stay tuned.